All right, guys, roll it on 1 minute. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Let's take it out, guys. Good morning, everybody. Hang on. Nice and easy. 3 minutes. Just get those legs. We're gonna get quickly into some 30-second pickups. Hope everybody's feeling good after Tuesday's workout. The way I'm structuring it, if you haven't figured it out, we have longer intervals on Tuesdays, shorter, spicier intervals on Thursdays, second ride of the week. We're not going to get away from that low cadence strength stuff throughout. So one thing, looking at the results, I think we can start pushing the limit on that lower cadence stuff. So if I say the range is 60 to 70, we can start trending down towards 60 as opposed to keeping it on the higher end towards 70. Just to work a little more resiliency, a little more strength as we progress through this phase. So just something to note, and something I'm going to be on you guys about as I look at those results daily. Because I'm definitely seeing all of this good strength work. You guys heart rate are coming down for the most part. Heart rate's coming down at the same effort. And the run paces are descending at the same effort on a scale of 1 to 10. So cool stuff's happening. We just got to stick with it. Stay the course, stick with the process, stay focused on the present. Knock it out one workout at a time. So we got a nice light spin right here. We got about a minute left. We're gonna get right into some 30-second pickups starting at 80% here in about a minute. Stay nice and light on those pedals. Relax that foot, relax the calf, release your ankle. Nice, smooth, efficient pedal stroke. Drive the pedals from those knees. Knees are straight up and down. Hip flexors are relaxed. Never yanking those pedals up, letting those feet float up in the back of the pedal stroke. Weights back on the saddle. Here you go, 10 seconds. Let's bring our cadence into the 80s, nice and light on those feet. Drive from the knees. Cadence in the 80s, 80% effort. 2, 1, let's go, guys. Just bring it up slightly. Just a little pressure into the pedals, nothing crazy. Focus on keeping that foot relaxed. Letting that ankle move the way it should around each pedal stroke. Three, 2, 1. So we got 9 by 30-second pickups. Each effort's going to increase slightly. Just keep the cadence relaxed. Don't worry about high cadence, low cadence. We're still warming up, so whatever's comfortable for you right now. We'll go up to 85% here in this next one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. If you need a little more time to warm up, hit that down arrow a few times. You need those legs to come around. You've been working hard the first few days of the week. Might need a little time to warm into it. Check that ego and do what you need to do to get warmed up. 5 seconds. 2, 1. We got a major quality session here. We don't want to hit it too hard and ruin ourselves in the warm-up. So feel it out, but we pace it out right, warm up correctly, even though we have a challenging main set and your FTPs set correctly, you'll be fine. All right, 3, 2, 1. Pick it up slightly. 90% effort. Nice relaxed cadence. Drop those shoulders, relax your jaw. Nice big deep breaths, warm up those lungs. Two, 1, and spin it out. Good, so we're up to 95%. Getting warmed up. Cadence is nice and relaxed. Here we go, 10 seconds. Focus on driving the momentum from the knees, guys. Relax that lower leg. 3, 2, 1. There should be no tightness in your calf. You're adding tightness to the calf now. You're pressing the pedals with those calves. That's where we're going to feel it as the workout progresses and onto the run. Learn to relax the calf. Lower legs are the tires. The knees are the engine. 3, 2, 1. Spin it out. All right, we go up the threshold. I want you guys to bring your cadence into the 90s on this one, if you're not there already. So 90 to 100. And all you're focused on is staying light on those pedals. Never stomping the pedal. Efficiency. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Your threshold effort. Cadence 90 to 100. Revolutions per minute. How many times do those legs go around in a minute? The single leg. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and spin it out. All right, we're going above threshold. Same thing, cadence in the 90s. Light on your feet, big deep breaths. Don't let that breathing get away from you. 3, 2, 1. Drive those knees, guys. Come on. Drop the heel in the front, float the foot up in the back. Left foot, right foot. You're not pointing your toes as you drop the heel or as you press down on the pedal. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to go bring our cadence up into the low 100s, 100 to 110. Coming up to 110% on the next one. I want you to focus on your left leg. Drive the knee down, drop the heel, float the knee up, release the foot. 2, 1. Focus on the left side. Cadence in the 100s. Drop the left heel as you drive the knee down. Release the foot, float the knee up in the back. Weights back in the saddle. Don't lean forward. Very light pressure on the bars in the front. 3, 2, 1. I'll focus on the right side of the next one. Drop the heel in the front, float the foot up in the back. Three, 2, 1, 115%. Bring that cadence into the 100s. Focus on that right leg, right foot. Those of you that are right side dominant, it might be harder to relax that right ankle. Consciously release that lower leg. 3, 2, 1, and spin it out. All right, last one, 120%. Let's go with the cadence contest, Flynn. How high can you get your cadence on this one? Drive the knee down, float it up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. What do you got, guys? Come on. Don't let the body bounce. Stay back in the saddle. Good contact. Good foundation. Drive the knees, float them up. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, spin it out. 3 minutes easy, guys. Georgie, 137. I'm waiting for Doug. All right, so we have 5-minute sets, right? You can see the light. Do anything for 5 minutes. But just like we're working on the low cadence, we got to work the resiliency to stay on the pedals, no matter the undulation in the course. Or any adversity that comes our way, other athletes on course. We don't just soft pedal, and we deal with situations while we're putting pressure to the pedals. So this is a great practice for that. Pushing over the top of hills, coming out of corners. Making every second on course count. So you read all this stuff about how the pros train. This time of year, very little intensity. But if you're training 30 hours a week, 1/10 of his intensity, you're doing 3 hours of intense work a week still. We got to get quality out of sessions at this time of year in order to get to where you guys want to get when the rubber meets the road. So it's extremely quality session. We got 5 minutes on, 3 minutes off. We got to stay on the pedals, prove to yourself you can pedal through the lactate. Come out of the 5 minutes feeling good. using the easy 3-minute spin afterwards to recover before we hit it again. Good news is this first 5-minute set is going to be your hardest. So we're bringing it out. We're starting with the finale. We're going to go to 115% for 30 seconds. We're going to bring our cadence up. Here we go. Cadence in the 90s. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. We come out of this 30 seconds at 95%, and we're going to drop our cadence into the 60s. Drop it all the way down. Big, deep breaths. You're nice and light on your pedals. Relax your feet, wiggle your toes. You're not gripping your shoe. 3, 2, 1. Drop your cadence. Come on, guys. Stay on the pedals. Cadence in the 60s. 60 to 70. Come on, bring it down. Take it 1 minute at a time. So in 20 seconds, we're going to go 105% for a minute. Bring our cadence up into the 70s. Perfect pedaling. Three, 2, 1. Little more foot speed. This is you making a pass on a climb. It hurts. You know it's going to hurt. You anticipate that hurt as you see it coming, as you see that person ahead of you. But because of efforts like this, you know you can withstand or sustain the bigger power output as you make that pass. Good. Now we made the pass. We're going to drop it down back to 95%. Cadence in the 60s. 3, 2, 1. Slow your feet. Stay on the pedals, guys. Come on. Resiliency. We don't need the soft pedal. All we do is vary the pressure that we put onto the throttle. Make sure you're relaxing those knees up, releasing your hip flexors. Don't let those knees bow out or knock in. Getting towards the top of the climb. Let's bring our cadence into the 70s. 3, 2, 1. 105%. Little higher cadence. Wiggle your toes, release your feet, guys. Don't grip the bottom of your shoe. Don't tense up that foot. Let the foot relax. Let it splay as it wants to. Put your focus on the knees. Left knee, right knee, left knee, right knee. We see the top of the climb. We want to go at our 0 to 60 as fast as possible. Just like my 1975 Chevelle. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 115% over the top. Cadence in the 90s. Let's go. 30 seconds here. 20. 10. 3, 2, 1. Spin it out. Good work, guys. So as you see, very cadence, very effort. Keep the pressure on the pedals and keep moving forward without having to soft pedal out a higher effort, higher output. If you're someone like Kristen who's just getting back into it, who has rather choice words for me right now, be smart about how you execute. Pace it out correctly. Use that down arrow on Zwift. Back the effort down a little bit. It's fine. Check the ego. Get through the workout. I'm more concerned about cadence and building that strength than letting that heart rate skyrocket and stay there for the entire workout. So next round, we got 30 seconds at 110, a minute at 90, minute threshold, minute 90, minute threshold, 30 seconds at 110. You're welcome. Looking at the data, you know, a lot of athletes took breaks over the winter or over the last few weeks. School was out, the snow was nice. Take a couple weeks to ski, go away with your family, come back. Because we're so type A, and we think, oh my God, one missed day of training, I lose everything I had, lose all that fitness. I look at the data as you get back into it, and I see the heart rate align with the power pretty quick without major decoupling. The fitness loss isn't bad, guys. A lot worse than you think it is. Yeah, you might have to get your edge back. You might have to get the muscles firing again. It might take a couple sessions, but your fitness doesn't just disappear. So be confident, train with that confidence, and know, hey, if I got to back it off, I'll come back stronger because of it. All right, 30 seconds. Here we go. Let's pick up 30 seconds at 105. Let's pick up that cadence into the 90s. 2, 1. Let's go. Melt into your saddle. No bouncing, no swaying. Sorry, 110%. My bad. Cadence in the 90s. We're going to back it down to 90%. Cadence 60 to 65. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Slow your feet, slow your feet, slow your feet. Bring it way down, guys. Big deep breaths. You don't feel the hamstrings, the glutes. Probably want to sit back in the saddle a little more. Curl those hips under you. Don't let them tilt forward. No sway in our lower back. Good neutral spine from the neck to the tailbone. 3, 2, 1. Threshold effort, cadence in the 70s. Come on, bring it up, guys. Big deep breaths. Let's go back to the left leg focus. Focus on driving the left knee down, floating the left knee up, relaxing the left hip flexor as you do. Stay on that left side. Cadence doesn't come back into the 60s. 90% effort. 3, 2, 1. Slow your feet. Stay on your left side. Notice, hey, as I fatigue, what happens? Does my knee start to knock in? Do I start to tense the lower leg? Do I lean forward into my bars? Stay on that left leg. Drive the knee down, drop the heel, float the knee up, release the foot. Start to yank that foot up. Flex your hip flexor. We don't want that. Notice all these compensations. As that fatigue kicks in. Threshold effort coming up. Cadence in the 70s. 3, 2, 1. Stay on that left leg. Watch it. Notice any compensations. And if you do, fix it. Cadence 70 to 75. We're coming up to 110% effort, pushing over the top in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Over the top of the climb. Let's go. We don't waste 1 second coming over the top. What separates us from them. They let off the gas as they push over. We put the pedal down. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. You got to look forward to the top of the climb. Not because you're done climbing, because that's where you create separation between yourself and your competition. Our athletes know it's just second nature. You get to the top of the climb, you push over the top without letting off the gas. Which is not natural for 99% of the other athletes out there. They get to the top, they lollygag over the top, take their time, getting back up the race pace or faster into the descent. And they waste precious seconds and precious momentum. Build it into our psyche. It's just how we do. All right, next round, 105 for 30 seconds. Minute at 85%, minute at 95, 85, 95. Finish with 105. Hey, Greenwich, George, stop looking ahead. We'll put tape on your screen, on the left side of your screen. Yeah, that's not what we're promoting here. 1 minute at a time, one effort at a time. Don't worry about what's coming. That's it. Black duct tape. Don't make me everybody black out the 3 inches of your left side of your 3 inches of your screen. I'll do it. You know it. Get it in the mail. 3 inches of duct tape. 3-inch wide piece of duct tape. All right. High cadence, 105%. 60 to 65, 85, 70 to 75. Cadence, 95. Here we go. High cadence, 105%. 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Come on. Get that weight back in the saddle. Come on. Don't lean forward. Very light pressure on your bars. You need every ounce of power transferred to the bike that you can. You're leaning forward into those bars. You're wasting precious energy, precious power. Cadence, 60 to 65. 2, 1. Slow your feet. 85%. Stay on the pedals. Bring it down, guys. Bring it closer to 60. As that foot, those feet start to tick over the top, float your knee forward. Think your toes are coming to the front of your shoes. Left foot, right foot. %, cadence 70 to 75. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Knees are straight up and down. Just a little more foot speed. Nothing crazy. Left leg, right leg, working independently of each other. Focus on your right. Float the knee through the top. Drive the knee down. 2 quadrants on the right side. And you're focusing on the knee in order to get through those quadrants. Float it through the top, drive it down. Right leg focus. Cadence back, effort back to 85%. 2, 1. Slow your feet. Cadence 55 to 60. Every time that right heel drops on your right foot, count it for 10 seconds. 2, 1, go. Stop. Multiply it by 6. 55 to 60 should be your range right now. Five seconds. We're going back to 95. Cadence 70 to 75. Let's go. Still focused on that right leg. Float the knee through the top, drive it down. Notice any compensations that might kick in. And deal with it accordingly. Three-quarters of the way through a bike race. Mile 40 of a half. Mile 80 of a full. You got to be in tune with those compensations and know it and fix it. Sprint it out 105%. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on. Cadence up. Stay on that right side. Float the knee through the top. Drive it down. Three, 2, 1. Spin it out. If you can't recognize your compensations now, you can't put your mind in the right spot now to fix it. 36 minutes into an hour workout. How the hell are you going to do it 2 hours into a 3-hour ride? 4.5 hours into a 6-hour ride. All right, Generous Gym, you guys got 4 minutes easy between this one. So I want you guys to see the difference between Tuesday's workout and this workout, all right? They're both 73 TSS approximately. We achieve that different, the power, for the most part, in the same range. But that steady state effort of Tuesday, I'm sure if I added up the gripes, I'm going to have a lot more gripes after Tuesday's workout than I do this workout. Tuesdays, you can't see the light. 12 minutes is a lot longer than 5 minutes. 10 minutes is a lot longer than 5 minutes. Yeah, our goal is to take it one at a time. But it's still a long time to keep your body under pressure, under stress. These 5-minute efforts, they're tough, but you can see the light. You know, hey, 5 minutes, I got a break. I get to spin it out. You can see the promised land. Even though we don't like to look ahead, you know subconsciously you can take your foot off the gas. And it's almost 1-to-1 work the rest. So this is why we're constantly harping, your coaches, constantly harping on you to break it down into smaller segments. Because if we treat an Ironman as 5-minute efforts or 5-mile efforts, and we just ride one to the next, before you know it, you're a mile 112. But if we look at it as 112 miles straight, look ahead to the last 10 miles, Greenwich, George. Oh, I'm a mile 10. What the hell is the last 10 miles going to feel like? Oh my God, this is going to be brutal. The last 10 miles is going to be the worst. I am really dreading the last 10 miles. These last 10 miles are going to be horrible. Keep doing that, setting yourself up for failure. So use what we're doing here and apply it to the longer stuff. All right, 30 seconds of threshold. Minute 80, minute at 90, minute 80, minute 90, 30 seconds of threshold. You're welcome. So we'll get our cadence up for the threshold, then bring it way down for the 80. Get out of that comfort zone and go with that low cadence. 3, 2, 1. Cadence up. Come on. You're light on your pedals. This is the lightest sprint that we've had. It should be that much easier to relax at this higher output after being 115, 110, 105. To really release. Let those knees do the work. Everything surrounding those knees is relaxed and fluid. Bring it down to 80% in 3, 2, 1. Cadence 50 to 55. Come on. Slow your feet, guys. Come on. Bring them way down. Every time that left heel drops, let's count it for 10 seconds. 2, 1, go. Stop. Multiply it by 6. Come on, guys, way down. Challenge yourself. Feels unnatural, as we found out with Talansky's workout, to go this low. Bring our cadence up into the 70s. 90% effort. 3, 2, 1. Now we're not pinning it. It's still low cadence, but it feels much faster because we were so low with the previous. Every time your left heel drops, let's count it for 10 seconds. Go. Stop. Multiply it by 6. Should be in the 70s, low 70s. Knees are straight up and down. Float the left knee through the top, drive it down. 2 quadrants. Bring that cadence back to the 50 to 55. 2, 1, 80%. Come on. Think about the left leg. Float the knee through the top, drive it down. You're light on your pedals. You're not mashing. Keeping that same feel you have with a higher cadence. Keeping the correct muscles engaged. Bring it down, guys. Come on, challenge yourself. No stress on the knees. Just because we're driving from the knees doesn't mean the knees should hurt. Weight's back in the saddle. You're not leaning into your knees. Five seconds. Cadence in the 70s. 2, 1, 90%. Like a soccer player juggling a soccer ball with his knees. You don't see him leaning forward. The ball will go shooting straight ahead of him. He has good posture with his torso. Straight up and down. So when he bounces the ball with his knee, the knee moves straight up and down. Channel your inner Messi. All right, we're going to sprint it out. Threshold effort, cadence in the 90s. Here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bring it up the threshold. Get that cadence up, guys. Come on. Juggle that soccer ball. Upper body's relaxed. Come on, drop your shoulders. Three, two, one, and spin it out. 4.5 minutes, easy. Who is this imposter? Giving you so much rest. Great work, guys. Super quality 5-minute sets. And we finish off with a sustained effort, 12 minutes. We're not going to look at it like that. We're going to look at it by like 3 by 4 minutes. 2 minutes at 85%, 2 minutes at 95%. Our 85% effort is going to be cadence 80 to 90. Our 95% effort cadence is going to be 60 to 65. O'Driscoll, how you doing? O'Driscoll, give a little filler for a second.
All those who want Talansky back, raise your right hand or say aye. Good, approved. Talansky's back next Thursday. I'm going to throw up.
Now, wardrobe change. Wardrobe malfunction. All right, 2.5 minutes, guys. Stay nice and light on those pedals. Spin it out. You can turn off the ERG if you need to, just to get a little more recovery. This isn't, I mean, what we're used to, this isn't overly taxing, but remember, you're on top of tired legs. You got fatigued legs, not only from this workout, but from what you've been doing this week thus far. Like I was yelling at everybody in the pool yesterday. We're talking about not pulling that lead arm too soon. Using Coach Eli's tip of getting your head back in the water, seeing that those fingertips enter before you pull that other arm. We were working on that. We worked on that all session. And I kept seeing athletes fix it. And then in our longer swims, they'd fix it for a couple lengths and they go back to what they were doing previously. And I kept doing it. We work on it, longer swim. Work on it, longer swim. And we're really focused and dialed in on the shorter stuff where we were working on it. But as that fatigue mounted and that yardage increased, I kept seeing everybody, not everybody, Audra was amazing. She kept the stroke the whole way through. And I'm not just kissing Audra's butt. She was freaking amazing the way she integrated exactly what she was doing in the drill to her longer swim. And it was evident. I mean, she was counting strokes, so she probably wasn't. She was probably 2 strokes less per 25 because she was so efficient when she really integrated that work. And that's what we want to do here, guys. The shorter stuff, 5 minutes, yeah. You can pedal perfect, stay relaxed in the right places, keep that good posture, good stability on the saddle. But as we go into these longer sets, we got to use all of that focus that we had in the shorter stuff and apply it to the longer stuff because that's racing. So cadence in the 80s here to start in 10 seconds. 85% effort. 5, 3, 2, 1. And remember, we want to Stay strong the whole way through. So if you're one of my athletes who say, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, sure, you're going to feel great now, but we got to think about how we're going to feel in the last 4-minute interval. And if you're going to up arrow, that's the time to do it. Just like in racing, you feel great in the first quarter of the race, but how are you going to feel in the last quarter? What you do in that first quarter determines how you finish the last quarter. Take it out too strong, you limp over the line. Take it out patient, finish strong with a good taste in your mouth. Good, guys. Nice relaxed pedal stroke, driving from the knees, lower legs relaxed. Wiggle your toes, release your foot. You're not clenching the toes. You're not flexing that foot. Release your calf. We're going to go up to 95%, cadence 60 to 65. 3, 2, 1. Slow your feet, drive your knees. Control that momentum with the knee drive. Don't pay attention to the Zwift with the cadence. Cadence is down. Every time that left heel drops, count it for 10 seconds. 2, 1, go. Stop. Multiply it by 6. If you're watching me, I'm at 60 right now. Scan the body. You're constantly scanning. Make sure the joints are moving correctly. You're relaxed in the right places. You're generating force from the right places. Power is evenly distributed, right leg, left leg. Upper body's relaxed. Big deep breaths. 10 seconds. We're going to bring the cadence back to the 80s. Effort 85%. 5, 3, 2, 1. We're on to our next 4-minute effort. Release your feet. This is the time when stomping those pedals starts to take effect. Don't let it happen. We want to adapt to those big power generating muscles, create more and more resiliency in the glutes, the hamstrings, supporting muscles, the quads. We got to let them do the work now. Let them adapt to the stress now. Because if we keep compensating and taking the stress off them when the going gets tough, we're not only going to tighten up in the wrong spots, we're not building the correct strength and resiliency that we should be by keeping the right muscles engaged. Keep it tight, keep it right. Constantly scanning. Cadence 60 to 65 coming up. 95% effort. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Slow your feet. Come on, here comes the power. Do it right. Relax those hips. Float the knees up. Don't yank the pedals. A lot of athletes are racing the Rose Bowl half marathon this weekend. I'm not going to be in your ear reminding you at mile 8 what you should be focusing on technique-wise. You have to be able to recall that on your own. You have to be able to scan and know. My left knee not driving through the bottom of my run stride the way it should be. My shoulders are creeping up to my ears. Got to relax my upper body. Guys are racing the virtual triathlon this weekend. 10K into the 20K ride. Sure, we could do Zoom, but I'm not going to do that. I want to treat it like a race. You have to recall all these things on your own. And everybody should be racing the virtual tri. Dress rehearsal for real race day. Five seconds, bring the cadence into the 80s. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 85%. We're on to our last 4-minute effort. How are those knees? Are they knocking in at all? I looked up at you guys. I was looking at you, watching some technique, some form, and my left knee hit the top tube. I lost my focus, and my body went back to the way that it knew best, the way it wanted to go, which wasn't the most efficient way. Stop distracting me. Good, guys. Keep that cadence in the 80s, nice and light on the pedals. Big deep breaths, upper body's relaxed. Really nice work, everybody. This is how we break it down into segments. Aim small, miss small. You have a shitty segment, you move on to the next one, you forget about it. Aim big, miss big. You have a shitty segment, you apply it to your entire ride, you're gonna have a shitty ride. Slow our feet, 95%. 3, 2, 1, slow your feet. Come on, guys, stay on the pedals. This is what we've been practicing. Not letting our foot off the gas for 1 second. Just varying the pressure on the throttle. Cadence in the 60s, preferably the low 60s. Right leg, left leg, equal distribution. Use that saddle as the dividing line. You're hunkered down in the saddle, allowing that platform to be your foundation from which you push the right leg, left leg power and float that leg up. Good, keep that cadence there. Stay light on the pedals, drive the knees down, float them up. Straight up and down. Curl your hips under you. Don't let that pelvis tilt forward. I don't want any sway in the back. Keep those glutes engaged. We need to build the resiliency. We can't compensate. Three, two, one, spin it out.
Andrew, you don't have pink socks, do you? I'm just asking for a friend.
This is another pair. I sent my first pair to you. Didn't you get them?
Andrew's just got thick wool socks for the snow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Bring
Okay.
back Talansky.
We're snow boots on the bike. Hey, good work, guys. Really solid. So we have all the different areas that plague us. Regarding compensation or imbalances. We got to recognize it now and fix all that. It's an ongoing process. I mean, it's a never-ending puzzle. But we fix one little thing at a time, it might bring other things into alignment that we don't have to fix later. A really solid effort. So we have our virtual race this weekend, virtual race number 1. I left a brief YouTube video on today's Training Peaks calendar for the details. What we do these as dress rehearsals, guys. I want to do these once a month to get us ready for game day. And it's only 20K bike, 5K run, 800-yard swim. It's nothing. But we need to be able to apply everything we work on in all this training that we do to real world situations. So by slowly integrating our virtual races into our training plan, when the money's on the line, the rubber hits the road, however you want to put it, and we're on the real race day, we've been there, done that a few times. So as we progress and the distances get slightly longer, we want to use more of our race day bike, race day kit. Get the feel for what it's going to be like when you get out there and you're really competing, trying to get your best performance. So that's why we're doing these. We're not doing it just to take up your time and put something on the schedule. We want to apply everything that we're working on to the real world. So let's get that virtual race in, treat it serious, treat it like a race. I have 2 options for the group ride tomorrow at 5:45 for those of you racing a half marathon on Sunday, or for anyone who wants to attend that, or Sunday at 6 a.m., our usual start time for the group ride on Sunday. So the links are in your Zwift. If you have questions, ask. Maybe I'll send out another clarifying email later. But yeah, let's have fun with it and let's apply all this stuff we work on to that race type environment. So see you guys tomorrow morning, 5:45 for those of you guys joining there. And all you local swimmers, you'll have the 800-yard time trial worked into your workout Friday, Saturday. And maybe Emily can leave the subscription plan comment about that too. Somehow work that into the Saturday set. 800-yard time trial. Maybe not. Doesn't make a difference. It's up to Emily. All right, guys, good work. Go get recovered. Let's have fun this weekend. Stay present, stay focused. Make me proud. All right, love you guys. Awesome job. Bye.